How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to our 3K to 25K account challenge. Back with another one. We had a really good day today. We were able to solidify $2,800. Huge play for our small account. And I was also able to get back into this play, as you can see at the end of the day. A lot of people who watch my videos, you probably already know, most of the plays that I take them towards the end of the day, only to leave less risk on the table of my position going against me and me having to use a day trade, because as long as we're under 25K, we're limited to 3-day trades every 5 trading days. So I played things very safely. I'm actually going to show you. This was my original put, so 290. I got this on Friday, I believe, and then held it over the weekend, anticipating that things were going to get a little bit worse. Things were going to drop even more with all of the China trade news going on. Trump basically threatening with China with this $3 billion tariff starting September. He's about to slap it on. And then you have, accusing them of manipulating their currency. It's really a lot of heat going on in the news. It's a lot of political tension between China and the United States. So please be aware. Right now, I'm bearish. Right now, any bullish confirmation or signal that I see, I'm literally ignoring it. I'm ignoring it for the time being, at least until September, because what we noticed is we actually think Trump is just trying to string things along because he wants the Feds to take action. So I think not only is he pushing China against the wall, but he's actually pushing the Federal Reserve against the wall as well, and saying, listen, right? It's either you give us what we need and give us the stimulation, give us the rate cuts that we need, or I'm gonna push this to the brink. It's either we go down or you guys choose to step up and fix things. So Trump is playing hardball. He's playing hardball. Like he's not letting up. So what I'll be focusing on probably for the rest of this month is probably the SPY. I'm just gonna basically wait it out for this bearishness to end and for the market to consolidate and start to correct itself. But for now, while it's free falling, I'm gonna continue to capitalize and just size into my position, size in, size out. Actually, today I was actually a little bit upset at myself, and I'll explain why. So this is basically what we're looking at on the day chart. This is SPY on the day chart. These are the 2 days where he basically says that China's not, they're not budging. They're not trying to, hold up to their promises and their requests. Some of the requests that we made to them. They're not buying more of our marketing goods, more of our services and goods and materials, and they're still pushing things into our country that we told them not to. So it's a lot of back and forth tension going on, and as you can see, it had a huge toll on the market. We got a huge drop the last 4 days, dropped below this 295 level, which was a critical psychological level. As you can see here, used to be a hard resistance for the SPY to break. Finally broke here as it headed up to the 300 level, making new highs on the SPY. But then news came, broke back down below. I basically got my confirmation once we broke down below the 295 level. Once that support became resistance yet again, I know for a fact that's a very strong level. So I'm in short. I'm in puts. I'm in bearish at this point. And from here, as you can see from this day, things got extremely worse. Gap down here. So this is also a gap that needs to be filled. So look out for that as well. And then now, if we actually go to the 5-minute chart, you would see that it's actually below that 279.94 level, which is dangerous, which is pretty dangerous right now. This can continue falling. If it breaks the 277 level, we're in trouble. That's a huge issue. Let's quickly go back to the day chart, because as you can see, if we zoom out of this, oops, Yeah, so if we zoom out of this a little bit, you will notice that once we drop below this 277 level, our next support is around 272, 271. And that's hopefully, we don't get so much of a pullback. The market is super bloody. Things, Apple beat earnings, was above 216, fell all the way back down below 200. Amazon is on one of the worst losing streaks since 13 years now. Basically dropped from the 2000 level after earnings all the way down. We're now at 1765. So the market's really taking a hard hit. But although I'm saying if we can stabilize here, there's so many plays, there's so many great plays at this point because all these stocks are very cheap. I like where Netflix is. I like where Boeing is, stocks like that. I love where Tesla is at this point. So if we can just cool out a little bit on the bearish movement and things start to get back to the way it was, I really think there's some excellent long-term plays, leap plays here. If people are interested to get into, like I always say, get in for the long term while it's cheap, while it's short, and all of these stocks are currently at a very low point. We just have to hope that things don't drop much further. Now, there isn't much price action to this move. Like I said, I just capitalized on the news. I capitalized on this 295 level being broken. So as soon as this was broken, I bought my 290. Well, not as soon. I actually got my 290 puts somewhere at the 292 level. So it wasn't the best entry. I didn't get in at open. I got in. I had these intraday levels. It broke one of my intraday levels, which was around 292. Then I got in, and then it ended up pulling back because we had a little bit of good news. Um, uh, we signed a deal with the EU for, I believe, importing meat, trading meat, and stuff like that. So they had small things that stimulated the SPY on that day. That's why we kind of have that hammer formation at this point here, that kind of pull back from the lows from the 290 level. But then the next day things get even worse, gap down, and I basically was already in for 290 puts at around 292, and then I basically, the reason why I said I wanted to kick myself is because I had a profit target of about $2,000, and I made that profit target and I took the profit instead of actually analyzing what was going on and realizing that there was no reason to get out. So if you see this right here, right, I got out around this level here. So once I seen these two candles, I'm thinking, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm like, wow, SPY has a huge gap to fill. This can possibly be that rally, the start to that rally. I got out this early in the game. I got out at about 286, right? So if I was just a little bit patient, I could have rode this all the way down because there was literally no sign, no real sign for me to get out. I could have rode this all the way back down. I could have set up basically one of my price levels at the opening price. Let's say, all right, so it's just the price level. What I should have done, since this is the gap here, I should have set my price level around here. And if that price were to exceed here, then I take profit. Then I cut, I just take my profits off the table. But I played this so close to the chest because I already seen my profit target made. If I stayed in and just sat into this for the rest of the day, that $2,000 practically would have been a 10K profit, right? Now, I'm not upset because like I tell my students and I tell everyone who takes my courses, don't get mad at taking a profit. Never be mad at taking a profit because at the end of the day, you probably would have never known if it would have. What if it did go the opposite direction and I didn't cut it and I ended up losing more than half my profits, and instead of taking 2,000, I only took home 1,000, right? I still would have kicked myself for not cutting it. So it's in that case, it's a lose-lose situation. Just learn to hold your emotions and manage your trades is the best way that you could. So what I did was I took it and I actually did not get back in. I just watched the rest of the day to see what was going on. Because like I said, I kind of don't like taking trades or scalp trades in the middle of the day. Well, it's not a scalp trade in that case. I don't like taking swing trades in the middle of the day. I like to take it towards more of the end of the day, just in case things are going against me and I don't have to, cut my loss and use a day trade. So I kind of waited until the end of the day. I seen it start to rally up. As it rallied up to the 284 level, I bought another put contract. And like I said, I sized into my positions. So I bought one put contract here. Let's see, for around the 284 level, 284 strike, so 284, and then pre-market we had it drop all the way down to 278. So I'm basically already in the money. My contract will probably be worth more than this if it can hold this level going into tomorrow. I'm gonna size up my position, add more to my position if the trend continues to go my way, and literally just focus on the SPY, capitalize on this until the market starts to consolidate and correct itself. But like I said, good profit for the day, 2,800. I can't complain. Tomorrow we might see more profits, so I'll keep you guys updated. I may even choose to get into some other plays here because we have a lot of stocks here basically free falling. I'm looking at AMD at this 267 level. If it breaks below that, then it's gonna continue falling, probably all the way back to the 21, 20, between the 23, 24 price level. So let's see. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks again for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free, DM me, reach out to me best way you can, and I will answer those questions as soon as I possibly can.